Alright, basically I'm going to do a director's commentary for the film because I thought it'd be quite interesting. It's not letting me mute the film, but yeah, it's going to be quite quick because obviously it's a short film. So yeah, I'll start off by saying there's not going to be any technical sort of things in it. It's just going to be more about the experience on the film and why we chose to do these sort of things. But if you want the technical things like cameras and all that, yeah, feel free to just hit me up. I was going to start off by saying I wanted the whole film to seem like you're actually getting a tattoo. So you're sitting there in Ellis's chair talking to him about his experiences. That's how it worked for me when I got my first tattoo from him. So yeah, I thought I'd let people sit through that as well because it was just interesting. Like when I first met him, that's how we became close, just by talking while he was doing my tattoos. Sat there for like a whole day and he did my whole arm. Not a sleeve, there was just a bunch of different ones and we just hung out pretty much. So that's kind of what this film is. I just want to start off as well by saying Jake did a sick job filming. Like these shots are just beautiful, especially here, cutting in and out from his like work and tattoo work and his family life all together is just showing exactly who Ellis is. He's this guy who just doesn't give up. He's a hard worker. He just keeps going. That's exactly when it cuts into this part. Actually, leads me to my next point, where him saying he's just gonna keep learning. When he's explaining these tattoos, it's almost like a whole different story in itself. So you're watching three separate stories. It's like me getting tattooed by him going to work, and then you've got him walking through his tattoos. I started off as well by Ellis is just talking about his personal issues, just things that he goes through on a day-to-day basis, and then you find out in a bit, oh, who's that kid? And you find out he's got a kid and he's also looking after a kid. So not only is he focusing, going through his own shit, he's also having to, work with his son. So that's kind of why I chose to bring the son into it a bit later. I really love this part because it's just showing that Ellis is non-stop working. He's doing it all for one reason, which is, for Caleb, his son. So yeah, now, I brought it in now, and we're almost halfway through the film, because, it's like, what? Another thing dropped on this guy's shoulders? And it just keeps going, which just really builds his character. What just makes Ellis who he is that he's just constantly going through shit, and he's just bouncing back like a trampoline, just getting back up, and he's keep going. It's just showing that how strong he is as a person. That's kind of what makes this film so good for me, I guess. How I see it, because he's just a great guy, and you just see who he is as a human. Everyone who's watched this film has always told me that, always say he's such a great character to interview. And this is again another thing just being dropped on your shoulder, and literally, I didn't even know this about him at this part. So it was, for me, when I heard it, it was like, oh shit, another thing. So you feel sorry, but then you're also happy for him because he's got this amazing kid he's hanging out with, like a best mate almost.
My son means everything to me because he's doing well, he does his own thing. His mum does because of the arrangement, how things go, he lives with her. She does 80% of the work, but he still loves me, he still respects me for knowing his dad.
Again, I think the only problem with this film for me is the sound. It kind of annoyed me because our Zoom wasn't working on the third day or second day, sorry.
Why am I tattooing and what my goal is, what my mission is in life. Keep him there, he's always with me, he's always on my hand. That was him as a baby. Quite poorly done, but still him as a baby. Only time will tell. Only the family.
It's quite cool because when he's walking through these tattoos, it's almost like he's retelling everything he's already told you, but just in a different way. Like him saying, past his practice, and he's literally learning from the past what he's saying. So yeah. Now leading into this football part is my favourite part, because it just shows that, like, after all this stuff that's going on in his life, he's still having a great life, and not saying that he shouldn't have a great life. He's doing great for himself. He's just someone who just inspires me, I guess. That's kind of why that's probably why I made the film. It's because he just inspires me, the way he's so energetic, and everyone has their shit, and this is just one guy's, but when you see someone who has their shit and they're still just so happy and upbeat, it really inspires you. And I love this contrast as well between the previous scenes and then this scene. It's like the so much brighter, the color, like it's a lot more saturated, really showing, I guess, the happiness between the two.
My goal as a dad is just protect him as best I can, give him the best advice I can, and just try and stop him.
It's also cool because I can look back at this tattoo I have on my arm and see this whole journey of this film, because like that goals day just before, when we shot goals for that scene in the football part, like that was almost a whole different, like a massive mess where we almost couldn't go in and then we could go in, and it was all weird, but it was a sick shoot, and I can always look back and just watch that, look at my tattoo and just remember all those awkward, funny moments. I love this ending as well. Dave Stevenson, he's a good friend of mine, made the music for this, and it really fits with this just scene of them two pretty much showing that they're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna do my thing, just gonna keep going. I don't really give a shit about what you say, almost. So yeah, that's kind of what I like about this. That just shows that attitude of their just, I guess, striving. They're just working, they're doing their thing. But yeah, I want to thank everyone who helped with this film. Just wouldn't have been possible without Ellis, Caleb, Jake, Yamin, Raza, everyone, all the people who just watched it. But yeah, I guess this was my director's com. If you liked it, yeah, I guess let me know, just hit me up or whatever. But yeah, I guess that's it.